remember, all opinions are my own opinions. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to an anti-haul where everyone gets hot and bothered over my sassy opinions of products that I do not want to purchase, that I do not want to spend my money on. So yeah, let's get started. Let's get right into it. Starting off with Urban Decay Born to Run palette. This is a beautiful palette. I like the colors, they're gorgeous. The reason I mentioned this palette is because sometimes people ask me like, oh, can you do a review on this? Oh, are you going to buy this palette? What do you think about this palette? I don't usually buy Urban Decay palettes anymore because they don't work for me. They don't work on my eyes, they don't stay on my eyes, like they do not stick to my eyelids. They fade away within an hour or two, the eyeshadows. Even if I apply primer over primer over primer, I've used different primers. I've used concealer, I've used the Urban Decay primer potion, and I said a primer like 20 times already. But no matter what primer I've tried, or without primer, they just do not stay on my eyelids. I don't know what it is. I've tried so many times, so many ways, and they just don't work out for me. Moving on to Fenty Beauty, the new collection palette. The only thing I was interested in the Fenty Beauty line when it launched was the foundation, and that's what I bought. I didn't even buy the highlighters. I know a lot of people love them and rave about them. I think I still might try one of the highlighters, but this collection, like I think it's a summer collection or whatever collection it is, I'll put a picture right here obviously, but the palette is just so lackluster for me. Like, I know a lot of people are like, oh, you guys said you guys wanted more matte shadows and not like a whole glittery shadow, and now Rihanna gives you glittery shades and you still don't like the palette. Well, I mean, you still don't like it? You still don't like it. I personally don't like it. It doesn't interest me. It just, maybe their next one. So I'll keep waiting. Next, ABH Norvina palette. I am not buying it. Not buying it unless it goes on sale like Subculture for 20 bucks, then I'll buy it so I can do a dupe video. But at the moment, I just doing these dupe videos for the Modern Renaissance and the Subculture palette, which I will link down below so you guys can check them out, because you know those have some tea in them too. I just feel to rip off the amount of product for the price. When you have other palettes like the Makeup Revolution for $7 has way more product compared to that palette, and it works the same. It works the same. It packs the same amount of color. It packs the same punch. If you were looking at me on the street, you wouldn't know that I'm wearing two different palettes on my eyes. And one looks exactly the same as like the original palette. So, just not interested. Next, Manny MUA Lunar Beauty Collection, line, makeup line, Life's a Drag palette. I just don't know how I feel about his collection yet, to be honest. It's a good palette. I like the colors. I have seen swatches in some tutorials where it's not that great when it's being worked on the eyes. Of course, I would have to try it for myself, but at the moment, I don't feel like I want to try it. I don't feel like I'm interested in his palette specifically. I don't know why. I don't know. What do you guys think about his palette? I think it's a beautiful palette. I do think the colors are nice, like the pops of color. And that's about it. Not enough want from me to buy it. Next, Kylie Cosmetics. I feel like I always have a Kylie Cosmetics product. I'm just gonna, I'm just so you guys know, I'm just not interested in her makeup. Like, I feel like I already had a bad experience. I don't feel like giving her collection or any of her makeup line a second chance unless it's like something that really, really wows me. Like this summer collection, I'm not gonna sit here and lie and say like, oh, it's hideous. No, the packaging and the pop of color on the packaging, beautiful. I like the packaging. It's nice, you know, it catches your attention. It definitely catches your attention. But the inside is just like, Like, I expected more. Like, I saw the colors on the outside and I expected more from the palette. And I'm sorry I talk with my hands so much. I'm just a very expressive hand talker. So sorry for that. But yeah, her collections are always like, they don't interest me enough for me to spend my money on that. So yeah. And the next product is also another Kylie palette, and this is the Sorta Sweet palette. This palette, I feel like maybe if it launched like in the fall, I would have been like, oh, that's a pretty fall palette. Not for the summer, like, that's just me. That's just me. Moving on, Jeffree Cosmetics Summer Collection. I haven't purchased any other Jeffree Star products since like a liquid lipstick that I bought years ago. Almost like when his brand launched, I bought a liquid lipstick to try it out and I didn't like it. The thing I don't like is that it smells like black licorice, and I don't like licorice. I don't like the scent, so I don't like the liquid lipstick. It also didn't work as well as other liquid lipsticks that I own. Like, it kind of crumbled. Maybe since it's been so many years now, it works a little better, or the formula is a little, you know, better. I would honestly try out his brand. Now this palette, the summer collection palette, I love the top row and the bottom row, and then the middle row just killed it for me. Like, it could have been such an amazing palette in my opinion if it didn't have like that super silver shimmery color, or the one that looks like copper, or like the dark brown shimmer. I just feel like I don't like those colors, and I feel like the middle row just killed it for me on buying this palette, because I was actually looking forward to try one of his palettes. I haven't bought the blood, what is it called, blood sugar or blood something, because I have all those colors already. But it, like, every time I go to the Morphe store, I'm like, I want this palette, just to try it out. And maybe that should be the one I should try out, his eyeshadows, and see how they work. Moving on, Lorac Pro for the palette. The color of this palette, I was like, yes, give it to me, I need it. And then I saw the palette. I saw the inside of the shadows, and I was like, no, why? It's so lackluster, so boring. I would have loved to see like different tones of wine and cranberry shades, and then you get that. Why? But it is what it is. I'm skipping that one as well. Moving on, Dominique Cosmetics Lemonade palette. I do not like the shimmery shades in this palette as well. Super like yellow and like pink, milky pink, and like that green. They're just not colors that I'm going to use. I only like two colors in that palette, and it's like the yellow, the matte yellow, and like the orange shade. But I wouldn't buy that palette just for those two shades, because I'm definitely not going to use those other shades. And I have nothing against her, you know, I think she's very beautiful. I don't personally follow her or watch her videos, you know, so it is what it is. Next, the Kat Von D Metal Crush highlighters. Now these, I feel like she's just a little late in the game with these, because the colorful highlighters were kind of like a last year thing, and she's just launching them now. So it's kind of like, you're a little late. And I personally don't like colorful highlighters like this, like a blue, the purple, or like the pink, green. I just don't like the look of them on me personally, so I'm definitely skipping those. Next, Natasha Denona Tropic palette. This palette has 3 shades that catch your attention almost automatically, and it's the 3 shades at the bottom, that like teal blue, the other like blue, and the dark blue family. And the rest of the palette is like your basic neutral palette. It reminds me of the Laura Lee Nudie Patootie palette, the first row and the second row. And then like, oh, just throw those colors right there so it can be like the colorful tropic summer palette. For $129? No thank you. Moving on, Too Faced Metallic Liquid Lipsticks. Again, they're kind of like Kat Von D status. Like metallic liquid lipsticks were a last year thing, and they're now launching like a whole collection. I personally don't like the look of metallic liquid lipsticks or metallic lips on me. Personally, I've tried it. I try to like it because I've seen other girls on Instagram who they look beautiful. It looks stunning on them. But for me, I just feel like it's old already. It's already done. Like you're coming a little too late in the game. So I'm skipping it. And last but not least, the Laura Lee palettes. I'm kind of like, should I buy it? Should I not buy it? I'm like indecisive. I like these palettes a little more than her other two palettes because they're individual. The color and the neutral palette, and the deal I feel like is a good bundle, like for both of them, 30 bucks, or if you just want one of them. But I'm still kind of like on the fence. Like, have you guys tried any of her eyeshadows? Are they good? Do they blend good? Help your girl out, let her know so I can make my decision, because I'm still like, for now it's definitely no. But maybe if you guys let me know that her eyeshadows are good, maybe I'll try them out. So that's all I have for this anti-haul. Remember that everything said in this video are my personal opinions on these products. You don't have to have the same opinions as me. You don't have to agree with what I say. Just don't be nasty in the comments, because I will block your ass, okay? Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and subscribe. Also, follow me on my social media. Links are always in the description down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate all your support, and I will see you all with my very expressive hands in my next video. Bye!